Everybody, welcome back to Nicsminibikes. If you haven't yet, hit that link in the description. Go pick you up some merchandise. We got hats, shirts, hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff. Go pick you up something. So it's December 31st. By the time this comes out, it will be 2026. So Happy New Year to everybody. I hope everybody is safe and had a good time. So for Christmas, my oldest son Thomas bought me a Blackbox Dyno. Unfortunately, right now I don't have any built engines. Everything is blown up and torn down at the moment. So I can either test it on Ben's bike here or the trike. And Ben's bike is easier to get out. So that's what we got here is Ben's CT100U. It's got a pretty much bone stock 196. I believe it came out of the B200 RSV. And the only thing it's got to it is this exhaust pipe right here. And that's it. So we're not really expecting crazy high numbers out of this. We're just trying to get an idea of what this Blackbox dyno will do. So come along for the ride and let's get this installed on Ben's bike. So when you get your Blackbox dyno, there's not much to it in there. You get your black box. It's got two wires coming out of it to two separate sensors. And then you also get a magnet. You also get a few zip ties come with it. That's so you can mount the box somewhere on the bike and do some wire management. And that's all that comes in the box. There's no instructions or nothing. YouTube Blackbox dyno. There's a lot of information on there about it. You can find pretty much everything you need. I did have to message him and ask a couple questions, but Lou's pretty good about getting back to you and letting you know what you need to know. So we're going to start off by installing the sprocket sensor. For that, we got to take our axle nut off. And then this one here is going to be your axle sensor. And it'll just slide over your axle bolt like so. And then we'll just retighten this down. We'll get this tightened back up. Probably should have done this first. We'll loosen up that sensor and just back it away from the sprocket quite a ways. Then later when we're setting up our air gap on the sensors, we will adjust this back in. But for now, we're just going to back it out. Then it comes with the magnet. I ordered some of these so I can just leave the magnets on bikes. The ones I got are really small. Actually, let me go get one. So it comes with this big 1-inch magnet. I ordered what I thought was the same. And this little guy is what I got. Not the same. But I'm going to try this one. If it works, we'll be good. And if it doesn't work, then I'll order again. Must have fat fingered it and poked the wrong button on Amazon. But I added some Gorilla sticky tape to the back. Will a smaller magnet causes problems? Maybe. I don't know. That's why we're going to try it on this one. And if it does, we'll get the right stuff ordered in. So that's where that's going to go. And we'll use our zip ties to kind of tidy that up a little bit. But I'm not going to worry about mounting that just yet. Yeah, that looks like a pretty good spot for it right there. Let's get this last sensor installed. To install this last sensor, the fan shroud has to come off. And this last sensor goes on your coil on that top bolt right there. So we'll take that loose. Just slide your bolt right through there. Gonna try to weasel this through here. It's either gonna go or it's not. Don't really matter. Just like that. That way I can route that up through there somehow. We'll reinstall this bolt. Huh. Oh, I got it backwards. The box faces backwards, not forwards. So I'm putting that on backwards. It needs to be turned like this. Put your bolt through, and now you can get it good. That's better. Now they say you want about 3/8 of an inch gap here, maybe something like that. We'll just snug that back down. Now we're ready to bring up the app, set our gaps on our sensors, and we'll be ready to rip. So we're not going to put our fan shroud back on until we make sure that this sensor's working. And to do that, I'm going to have to switch back to my other camera so I can record the screen on my phone, which is what I use to make all my videos. Let me get the camera switched over, we'll bring the app up, and we'll make sure that our sensors are set correctly. So the first thing we're going to do is get onto your phone, go to your Play Store, search Blackbox Dyno. This one right here. We're going to install the app. When that's installed, you can get this on Android or Apple. And we're going to let it give it some permissions that it needs. And this is the screen you get. It says connect your Blackbox Dyno, power it on, and press the search below. Alright, so let's get this app set up. Right here, we're going to click on it. It tells us to turn on our dyno, which is really simple with just this little switch here. And we get our green light. The dyno is on. And then you press this, device found. We're going to connect. We'll go to dashboard, go to settings. So in the settings, we're going to do tire diameter. This is a metric tire. It's a 145. I used a converter, and it's a 14-inch. Rider weight, that'll be me. Hold 220 pounds. Vehicle weight, I don't know. CT 100, I'm saying 102 pounds. I'm guessing that's with the stock engine. So we're going to have to weigh this bike to see what we get. For now, we'll just go with that. 102 pounds. 102. For gear ratio is a 75 on the back and a 12 on the front for a ratio of 6.25. Internal motor gearing stays at 1. Res profile, we can just leave at 1. Vehicle, we don't want to disable the RPM sensor. We'll leave it at that for now. Now we can check our sensors. So our magnet is right in this area here. So when we bring that around to that sensor, we get that green dot by the RPM. That means our sensor's close enough and it can read it. Now we'll go to the other side and do the same thing for the sprocket sensor, and we'll get that same green dot up by the miles per hour once we get that set right. Now remember, we're trying that small magnet down there and it's right in front of it and it's not reading it yet. You see if bringing that sensor in makes a difference. And it's not. These little magnets probably ain't going to work for us. So let me pop this little one off and we'll put the big one on, see what we get. Does it matter this way? Oh yeah. So it seems like it's sensitive to if you have the north or south pole of the magnet facing the sensor. So just gotta find one. I've already stuck tape on all of these, so I'm gonna dig around till I find one. So this one is picking up, so let's stick this one on there. All right, we got that small magnet put on there. When we roll that bike backwards, we get the green dot on miles per hour there. Now we'll get the fan shroud put back on, we'll get the box mounted, and I'll go see if I can find a normal bathroom scale. My wife has a fancy one, but I'd like a normal one. We'll see what we got. So I want to reroute that sensor actually. I want it to come from under the tank to that side of the bike and up that side. So I took it off, and I'm going to have to loosen my tank. The wire routing, the sensor routing is strictly up to you. Nothing matters about it except that you keep the sensor wire away from your spark plug wire. Other than that, you can do whatever you want. There we go. Got that sensor out where I want it. I'll just snug my tank back down, reset my gap using the app on the sensor here, and I'll bring you right back. All right, I got that sensor rerouted under the gas tank, put back in, checked on the app. We got a green dot, so we are good to go. Let's get this fan shroud back on. Make sure you don't pinch your sensor wire with your fan shroud. And we'll put our bolts back in, always starting them by hand. If you strip these out, I got a video that shows you how I fix them. Link will be in the description. Then we'll snug them down. Now all we got left is a little cable management and mounting the box. So I think I'm going to mount the box right here. Just make sure it's not going to get hit by anything. Don't have to be like super sturdy. It's not staying there. We just don't want it to go anywhere. And for these, we'll just, there's another loop right here. We'll grab it like that. We'll just zip tie those there. Something like that. Beautiful. Not really, but it'll do the job. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is weigh the bike. So we got to weigh the rear wheel, 58, 59, and we got to weigh the front wheel. Can you read it? 59.2. 59.2. So what did I say on the back? Dang it, Chucky. 59.2. So 59 on the front, 59.2 on the back, or the other way around. I don't know. Either way, we're going to call it 118 pounds. Now we'll weigh Chuck. Call him 165. So on our app, we're going to change rider weight to 165. And we'll change our vehicle weight to 1 18. And we should be ready to go. All right, so I screenshot 3 tests. First one was with Chuck on it. Said like 14 horsepower. This is a stock engine. I highly doubt it's 14 horsepower. Like I'm 100% sure it's not 14 horsepower. Second run was me, and I changed the driver weight for me, and we got 6 something. I don't know. We'll have to look at the footage. And that's about where I'd expect this one to be. And then I ran it again, and we got like 4 horsepower. So yeah, for the tests, I would take it until the governor kicked in, and that's when I would stop the test. And that was pretty consistent across all 3, I believe. It was like 4,800, but that's what we got. Could our inconsistencies be because of that smaller magnet we used? Absolutely, it very well could be. And I might play around with it and switch that magnet out to the big one and see if it makes a difference. Do a couple runs with that and see what happens. All right, so I reached out to Lou and I told him that we were having super inconsistent results. And like I said earlier, if you talk to Lou, he'll give you his advice, and his advice is get rid of this smaller magnet and use the larger one that comes with the kit. So that is what we are going to do. Right there. And we'll just kind of push her down. And I'll pull the app up, make sure we have our green light, and we'll do a couple more test pulls real quick.
Should probably stay. Oh dang, I know this guy. How's the bike? Hello. Hello. That's my brother, by the way. Wow. Holy. Oh yeah.
All right, so there's our Blackbox Dyno installed. What did we learn? Don't use a small magnet. It makes it very inconsistent. The large magnet that comes with is what you should be using. If you order some, make sure you get the same size. I think 5 and some change horsepower for a 196 is pretty accurate. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but that sounds good to me. I also put the dyno on a bike that has a stage 4 Tillotson race engine on it. This engine here. They claim 18 horsepower, and I think we got 8 and some change with it. But that bike is running a torque converter. And that brings me to another thing we learned about the Blackbox Dyno. So if you run in a torque converter, it's probably not going to be the most accurate thing. Lou did suggest going to a straight chain and trying again, but it's not my bike. I don't have that luxury to switch it to a straight chain and try it again. It's just not an option. So if you're going to get one of these, you're going to use it. Straight chain's the way to go. And with a torque converter, you'll be off a little bit. But if you haven't, hit the link in the description. We got hats, shirts, hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff. Go get you something. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.